I'm sure you accept there's been a dramatic increase in media, huge choice now. We've moved from a situation actually where media was relatively scarce. That is why television, for example, used to be really highly priced. But we've now moved to a kind of digital media surplus where the cost of media has been falling. People are living with and within a multimedia world, as I've described. Comms planners have too much choice, so how to decide which media mix to choose. I would rely again, if I may, on the IPA Effectiveness Awards, very important publication called Marketing in the Era of Accountability by Les Binet and Peter Field. Headlines from this: fame is the single most powerful driver of effectiveness. If a brand does nothing else, it just needs to be famous. And if you accept that, and there's a lot of data to support that, then surely fame is a key part of your media mix. It's also proven that emotional communication is more persuasive and more effective than rational communication. A lot of clients believe that they're going to convert someone to a sale by having an argument with them. All the research suggests that that's simply not the case. You have to engage people. There's an emotional thing going on here. Has anyone read Daniel Kahneman's book, Slow Thinking, Fast Thinking? Anyone? So System 1, System 2, and all of that. So we're driven very strongly by System 1. And that's where the emotional appeal comes in. Probably that's where the fame thing comes in too. Interestingly, creative award-winning campaigns often use these techniques. They're often fame-building campaigns, and they're often emotionally driven. Television is the single most effective medium, certainly in the IPA Effectiveness Awards. It's used in 92% of winning cases. And it also seems to have a leveraging effect on other media. So it's rarely used on its own, but television plus other things seems to work particularly well. It is also true, probably something that all of you in the audience feel intuitively, but Binet and Field have managed to prove that multimedia is better than one medium. So there are exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, they find that between 3 and 4 different media, bought media, I'm talking about here, is the optimal number of media channels to be using. 4 if it's a big budget, 3 if it's a slightly smaller budget. That's a very important rule of thumb. And there is no limit to the additional benefit of owned and earned media. I'm sure you're all familiar with that, those 3 sets of bought, owned, and earned. The owned and earned are just bonus points on top of the bought media. Interestingly, from the author questionnaire on the IPA Effectiveness Awards, we can look at how many choices were offered to the writers of the cases, how many media choices were there, and how many did they actually take for the particular campaign that they're writing the case about. And you can see from this little chart here that the number of media options listed in the questionnaire, the red line, is soaring upwards. It's now about 21 different media options are on the table for the authors of these cases to tick, say, yes, we use that media channel. And the average number used by winners is 9. So multimedia, I think we've already said that, 9 is the number on average. However, jogging back one chart, you'll remember that Les Binet and Peter Field's forensic analysis showed that actually 3 or 4 is probably the right number. So it may be a case here that people are using 9 because they can, and because clients are interested in novelty and we can do it, so why don't we do it? But I would submit that there's wastage here. There are too many channels being used instead of the kind of par for the course of 3 to 4. The top agencies are using 9 bought media when 3 or 4 are ideal. So in thinking about this, Jim Marshall and I, my co-author, we were trying to figure out, based on all this stuff and many other data sources, what exactly are the key roles for media nowadays? And we decided that these are the 5 that I'm going to show you now. Now, this is a hypothesis. We can't prove this is the case, but this is our reasoned hypothesis. First of all, and most important, is fame. You need communications, media and communications content, which creates talkability, buzz, water cooler stuff, pass-on-ability, all that kind of content is required, fame, and media channels that deliver fame. You need advocacy. You need to enable word of mouth and word of mouse. Terribly important, increasingly important. what media channels can you use, what content can you use to facilitate that. Information. We're probably moving down a kind of a customer journey here, aren't we? There are still many purchases where people want to know more information about what it is that they're buying. So you need to give them information. Price, not many people spend much time thinking about price, but it's absolutely crucial. Not just the price point, but any special price offers, any special terms and conditions, guarantees, warranties, all those kinds of things. And lastly, availability. Where can I actually buy this thing, this product, this service? So 5 roles for media, and probably 3 or 4 channels to deliver them.